what's going on? Still here, still getting after it, still working on the 64 Comet. We have completely stitch welded the passenger side quarter panel all the way down. In the process of trying to do the driver's side, we have managed to get a few things done. I ordered a package tray cover last week or week before last, and I've had it for a little while. And I ordered some Indian blanket, Mexican blanket style tablecloth, and I wanted to do some accents in the interior with it. So that's one of the things we did. I had some help. The guys at work gave me a hand, and we worked on getting that piece done. Bring you over here and give you a look-see. You can see there it is. Got a few strings I need to get off of it, but that is the package tray. Let you see it from the other angle. You can see it there. Turned out really nice. Adds a nice accent to the car. Planning to try to do the headliner with that cover as well. I cleaned it out and got all the junk that I was hauling around in the car in it. And one of the other things we did while we were messing with that package tray is got some of the trim put back on the car, and sure made it look a whole lot nicer. So bring you around front here, I'll show you. There we go. We've got the all the window trim, and while we were putting it on, broke out the polish, put a little shine on it, cleaned it, polished it. Probably has a few spots that need a little touch up here or there, but it didn't blow off at 70 miles an hour, so I guess that's good. You have the drip rail molding, and then you've got C-pillar molding, and I've also got some pieces in the back, but got the pieces right there in the back, got those installed. All right, so we have, like I said, been trying to get some things accomplished, and I think you probably noticed the back seats in the car, and got it. Like I said, I've cleaned it out, trying to get ready to start doing some flooring. We've got kill mat to put on the floors. We've got another seat belt to put in, and the big thing is going to be where we try to start polishing and improving this dead red paint. So got to try to get it brought back, and I've done a couple of test pieces, and it looks promising. It looks like we're going to be able to have a really nice finish come back and have a good patina look to this car. It's not a patina look, it's as it is, just getting what's here to shine. The quarter panels, my goal is to take it to a paint shop and have them match me some red paint, and to blend in these quarter panels once I have them installed and basically in shape. And I don't have a lot of time to do that, so I'm gonna have to get to crack-a-lacking. So speaking of that, let me get back to welding here, and so I can get done with that, because there's a lot of grinding after you get done welding. And just like that, I ran out of welding wire. Was in Harbor Freight last night, looked at it, said I ought to pick up a roll. Did I do it? No. That's all right. I'm gonna go in the morning I got a local Tractor Supply. They carry it. I'll grab a spool and get back to welding. I was hoping to finish this welding up tonight, but that's okay. So we got something else we could do. And we talked about starting to try to work on this paint and get start bringing it back, seeing what we can do. So I'm thinking I'm going to work on the back section. I've got some rough areas here on the tops of the quarters. This is a deck lid off of another car all together, and it's a little bit rougher than the paint that's already on the car. So it's going to take a bit of work to try to get it to come back. So let me get the water, the sandpaper, and get to rubbing. So let's see what we can make happen. Was about 30 minutes worth of rubbing and sanding, and I'll be curious when I watch this time lapse to see what you can see and how this changed and over the time of me rubbing on it. I started out, because this is so rough, I started out with 400 grit, and then on the second round I went and I loaded up a piece of 800. And like I said, I've done half the trunk lid and the top section here for the quarter panel. You see these areas of white right here? We had a small issue, and the darker red and white, excuse me. We had an issue. I had taped off around this trunk so that I wouldn't get 415 onto the exterior paint of the vehicle. And well, unbeknownst to me, as soon as I peeled it off, it peeled the paint off. The paint wasn't as adhered to the vehicle as I thought it was. And it wasn't like the tape stayed on for days at a time. I had done the 415, let it sit overnight, came back out, and worked on it a little more the next day, and then the tape came off. So tape was on less than 24 hours, and it just peeled it. I'd like to get this thing in some good daylight tomorrow, so that I can really see how I'm working here and what I'm doing. Starting to, of course, as you can see, I'm putting the sun to bed one more time. I don't know how many times I've done that working on this car. I have get out early and stay till there ain't no light left, and have even worked by flashlight a few times, but we're getting there. Like I said, we're doing some hopefully what would be considered some of the fun stuff now. So tomorrow's coming, and we'll be back at it. I'll go in the morning, get some welding wire and finish up that welding over there on that driver's side, and get back to some more of the sanding. So hang on, won't be but just a second for you. Alright, so we made the trip to Tractor Supply. Welding wire's loaded. Let's get back at it. All right, well, we have been grinding and welding and scrubbing and buffing and I don't know, whatever you want to call it, trying to get these quarter panels back on this car and halfway decent looking. It is a ratty build, but I don't want them to totally look like trash. So we have moved on to putting filler on it. Now, let me say this. When we were doing all that grinding, it can be quite difficult to keep this body line just right, because this body line is not perfectly straight. This body line actually is an arch, and it comes from all the way up there, and then somewhere along when it gets into this quarter, it begins to arch back. I did the best I could with an angle grinder. I've said it before, I'm not a body man. I'm learning as I go, and one of the things that I learned on this project, well, do the best you can for fit and fitment when you're hanging the panel itself. The closer you can get these cuts to eliminate as much gap as possible, the better off you are. I just had some spots that were very difficult to weld up because I had too much of a gap. It is what it is. I'll live with it, and you know, it's going to be good enough for who it's for. I guess it's time me to stop running my mouth and start running some sandpaper. So. All right, well, it's a couple of days later, and we are still on the Bondo. We got that first run somewhat smoothed out and worked down and found some low spots, and we are in the process of trying to get the low spots and make them flush. Last night, we took the bumper back off and finish welded around the corners and did a little seam sealing around the corners and around the bottom. On both sides. Got this side done too, and this side has got to be a little more Bondo added. We didn't mix up enough to do this side as well, but mainly what we're doing tonight is the same thing we're doing in the last segment, and that is sanding. So I guess I need to quit talking and get after it. All right, well, we are done for the night. We put to bed. Ooh, tired. Put the son to bed one more time. I've got it. Oh, that's still a little damp. About as close as I can get it. There's a few, of course, places that still I can touch up. But as far as that line and the this body line right across through here, I've got it about as good as I think I'm going to get it. I've got a decision to make. I've got these screws right here as to whether or not to take them out or to grind the heads off and smooth it over and paint it as is. I don't think the screws are adding really any mechanical advantage to holding that piece of the quarter panel to the vehicle, because it's got that adhesive down there that's holding it up. While I can't see exactly how much adhesive is in the clamp from the screws, I do know that I saw a good bit kind of squish out. So, and I have taken and cleaned and scraped and gotten most of it off of that rocker panel so that it kind of looks like a seam, which is what it originally was a seam down through there. So I still got to make a decision as to what I'm going to do there. There is a bunch more sanding to be done, and but as far as Bondo work on this side, I think I'm almost done. Back here, in the dark recesses back here, this was a low spot right here, and I did put a little more Bondo here, and I've got to take that down. There was kind of a low spot right there, so I did fill that and get that back up into what I think is enough Bondo on it to get it to where it's flat. And if it's not, I'm going to get it smooth and probably going to paint it like it is, just to be honest with you. This car is not perfect, and what I'm doing here is not going to make it perfect. But we still got the passenger side to do, and it actually was the better quarter panel. So I have some, and it actually welded better on that side, and I actually cut it better and fit it better on that side. So maybe the passenger side will go better than this side has, and this side hasn't been terrible. It's just I hadn't done this kind of work in a very, 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 very long time, and I wasn't good at it when I was doing it then. But you know, is what it is. So while I'm getting ready to do that passenger side, why don't you go out and watch another one of my videos coming on the screen right now.
Stop!